We are here live on Wrestling Observer Live, Monday, December 22nd, 2025. This is Filthy Tom Lawlor running the show today. We are here 7 days a week, every single day, Monday through Friday at noon Pacific, 3 Eastern. Sundays at 3 Pacific, 6 Eastern with Andrew Zarian. And Saturday mornings with Jim Valley at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 Eastern. As always, after a short or long weekend here on the show, we've got a lot to get into. We had a packed edition of Friday Night SmackDown, which was somehow 2 hours that was less packed than the AEW Collision show on Saturday. And the highlight of the wrestling weekend, I thought, was the AAA Guerreros de Titanes show coming to us from Guadalajara, Mexico on Saturday evening. I thought that was a fantastic show. Like I said, the highlight of the weekend. We have cards, news coming up for Wrestle Kingdom. We have some news coming from the Road to Wrestle Kingdom show, which took place last night. Of course, Wrestle Kingdom going to be the final time we will see Hiroshi Tanahashi, the legend himself, in the ring on January 4th. So we've got the full card lineup for that. There is a Monday Night Raw taking place tonight. This show was taped last Friday. We will not give out the spoilers, but I will tell you what you have to look forward to on Raw tonight. We will have full recaps, full recaps of SmackDown, Collision, and as I mentioned, the AAA show from Saturday night. A little bit of injury news coming out of that to the AAA Mega Champion, Dominic Mysterio. And we will get into all of that in the next segment.
What I do know is that the dinosaurs didn't give up. They took that asteroid like lizards. Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful.
It's Brian Alvarez and Big Vinny V, and we hope that you enjoy the show.
Should I do one more time? Huh? I played the entire song before realizing I had not hit record.
I figured as much.
So I had to start the entire show over again. Uh-oh. Is my internet down? My internet died. Yeah. All right. Stand by, everybody. Hi, everybody. We're back. And we're just gonna barrel on through, right, Vinny? What do we have on that Facebook thing? Now it says no audio. Jared, do we have audio?
I can hear you.
Honestly, what is going on?
Yeah, we just watched a movie about this.
What is up with my internet? Lost everybody again. Curry says no problems with the Big Vinny V show.
His words.
Not since the first one.
I was going to say, the very first one was a
many
disaster.
problems. Many problems.
We've had quite a few.
Yeah, and you know what I do? I just barrel on through.
Right.
Barrel on through should be the name of this show. What the hell's going on this week? Like, every single show, something goes terribly wrong. Today, I didn't have the music set to go at first. Then I got it set to go, but I forgot to hit record. Finally, I hit record and got the song going right. Golly. One disaster after another here. We're starting 15 minutes late. I still can't find the video, Jared. Is it up? Where is everything? Granny's joining us here today via phone. We cannot connect our audio or video. It's a blank screen. I don't know what's going on. What are we doing? Should we just quit today? I don't know what the problem is, Granny. I don't know how to fix it. I don't know what's going on. We still have no video. I got a question. Where's the goddamn video at?
You gotta fire Jared.
All right, now it's up. Hello, everybody.
This is the one you told me to do last week, Undertaker plus Psycho Kid.
Okay.
Are you done laughing?
Yeah, we're done.
Yes, Granny, I apologize.
There'll be more.
Then Psycho Sid comes out with blonde curly hair. Hard to pull. lasts a while before he gets out of it. I had to give that a 10.
A 10.
Oh, wow.
Undertaker won a match and a belt. That's a 10 on the granny scale.
Victor is still at it more than ever this week, as far as the soaps go.
Hell of a report, Granny.
All right.
That was a 10 on the Granny Soap Opera Report scale.
Okay, just a minute.
Jared, you're forgiven. Instead of suffering through the YouTube chat, click like and subscribe.
Welcome back to the second segment of the show. And indeed, I believe we do have Brian Alvarez with us. Brian, can you confirm?
I can confirm I'm here for the moment.
Look at that. We have a special guest currently in a dispute with Elon Musk, so he may disappear at some point during
Could
the
happen
show.
at any time.
But happy to have him while we can, especially after such a packed weekend. You know, usually I look at the lineups and I go, okay, there's no pay-per-view this weekend. I'm going to have time to relax, time to spend outside of wrestling. And then as soon as Friday gets going, it never ends. So I spent the whole weekend and this morning watching wrestling. But, you know, after watching the wrestling this morning, I'm not even complaining about it. I had a fantastic time watching this AAA show.
So you
from
watched
Saturday.
AAA this morning?
I watched the entire show.
Oh,
I
my
thought it was the
God.
best thing I saw this weekend. I don't think you're going to disagree with that.
No.
Yeah.
This was the best show that I've seen in a long time. And the best part about it is my favorite match was the match that I kind of was looking forward to the most, but for completely different reasons. I thought the Wyatts and the Psycho Circus was going to be the worst match of 2025. I thought it's just in time for the awards. These guys are going to go out there. It's going to be an atrocity. Instead, it was my favorite match on the show, Tom.
Hey, I agree with you. And there was a lot that I liked on this show. I mean, hey, as long as we're talking about it, we might as well just get right into this show, and we'll cover the other stuff later, because kind of the injury news, the big injury news of the weekend is coming out of this show, which happened in the main event to Dominic Mysterio. Suffered a shoulder injury. I don't believe it's been diagnosed yet, but you could see him favoring it throughout the rest of the matchup. But as somebody who's separated their AC joint probably more than once in the past, to me,
I've done it twice.
Yeah, that's what it looked like, because he was able to continue working. He was taking bumps, but clearly something went wrong in that main event match. That main event match took place in front of 13,000 people, over 13,000 people at Arena Guadalajara. So a fantastic crowd. They were going nuts virtually the whole show, virtually the whole 3 hours. I don't know if they had any dark matches or anything before that, but the crowd was wild the entire time.
You know, I gotta make one comment here. I was actually in the wrong chat. I thought I was in Twitch, but I'm actually in YouTube, which is never a good thing. And this fella here goes, "I refuse to watch AAA. I have dignity." Let me tell you something, everybody. Let me tell you something. In 2025, there are so many great wrestlers all over the world. This isn't like, you know, when we grew up. Actually, Tom's too young. I mean, when I grew up, there was like a lot of really terrible wrestling all over the place. But nowadays, there's so many good wrestlers everywhere. If you looked at that AAA card, this is not about dignity. You look at that card, and there was only one match that looked like it would be bad, and it wasn't. Every other match looked like it was going to be good to great, and they all were.
Yeah, they all delivered, and the one that you thought was going to be bad delivered more than the rest of them. But like I mentioned in the main event, there was an injury to Dominic Mysterio. It was El Grande Americano and Dominic Mysterio, the new Gringos Locos, taking on the team of Rey Mysterio and Rey Fenix. And this was a great match. Rey Mysterio turned back the clock. He has looked fantastic in the last couple appearances. He kind of just popped up on Raw, and he's back in the main event scene doing great work, and he looked awesome here. The heels got the heat on Rey Fenix.
51 years old. Coming off a torn groin that kept him out for like 8 months. and Ray's back looking awesome.
Yeah, he got the hot tag, and he looked awesome, as you said. They did a spot where Dominic was going for the Three Amigos, and on the third one, he held Ray up, and Ray came down and countered it with like a spiking DDT, and that's where Dominic looked like he just spiked himself on the shoulder, taking the bump. The match kept going on. Phoenix locked an octopus on Grande in the ropes. Ray hit the 619. Grande tried to get the foreign metal object to Dominic to put in his mask, but Penta, who was originally scheduled to be in this matchup teaming with Ray Phoenix before he was injured during the match with Solo Sikoa, Penta ran down and he stopped El Grande. He kicked Dominic. Ray hit the 619 on Dom, dropped the dime on him with the splash, and pinned his own son, the AAA Mega Champion, to win the match. And afterwards it was kind of bizarre because Grande and Dom, who they've been pushing as this new unit, the new Los Gringos Locos, had words after the match. Dom kind of stormed off, and then the crowd was going absolutely crazy for El Grande Americano. He eventually shook hands with Rey Mysterio. JBL called him a Benedict Arnold, and the crowd went even wilder for Grande chanting his name.
Yeah, they've loved El Grande Americano. Like, he's a heel, but they love him. And so I think they just figured, well, may as well just go babyface with this guy. So, but Los Americanos, Rayo and Bravo, they're still heels. But I think El Grande's gone full babyface.
Well, speaking of Los Americanos, they were in the opener, which was an all-action match from start to finish. Double teams, quadruple team spots, just insane stuff throughout. It was Mr. Iguana and Nino Hamburguesa, which that's a team I would love to wrestle alongside you, Brian. Mr. Iguana and Nino Hamburguesa. They took on the LWO, Los Americanos, Rayo and Bravo, and La Parca and Octagon Jr. All action, as I mentioned. Joaquin Wilde was flying around. Bravo gave Nino Hamburguesa a spinning torture rack, which was quite impressive considering he's half the size. Octagon Jr. and La Parca hit Cruz del Toro with a Spanish fly, and then La Parca hit his spinning power slam and got the win. And of course, he danced to Thriller afterwards, much to the delight of everyone. El Hijo
including the special La Parca guest sitting there in the front row with his young child. Canelo Alvarez was at the show, dressed like La Parca. And I don't know if the announcers were clued in because they completely flipped their lids when Canelo unmasked. And the fans went crazy because he's from Guadalajara. He's like a local hero. And he's just like he's a legend. Legend. But I mean, he's like a legend, but also it's like if the show was in Bothell and I showed up. He's a legend, but also specifically in that particular area. Man, they went crazy for that guy. And he showed up at the end of the show as well. So what a week for legendary boxers this was.
Oh boy, we could get into that later if you want as well. We had
I watched
El Hijo Dr. Wagner Jr., I believe, taking on Ethan Page. These two went right after each other. They've been feuding back and forth between NXT, AAA for months now. Eventually, Page put a wrench in his trunks, but he grabbed the title belt. The referee, Tarantis, took the belt from him. Page hit Wagner in the stomach with a wrench and pinned him with the tights to win the title from Dr. Wagner. Or so we thought. Instead, Mr. Iguana ran down and ratted him out. He told the ref, Tarantis, what happened. The ref restarted the match. Wagner hit the Wagner driver immediately to win and retain the title.
Yeah, I realize they got to change some things, and I'm not really a fan of the heel ref gimmick anyway. But I got to say, pretty disappointed that El Hijo de Tarantes is just like a normal babyface referee now. After all those years of him and his father being the diabolical heels that would do nothing but screw the babyfaces right and left, now he's just a guy. Sad.
Yeah, he should have not cared at all about this and allowed it to happen.
You're gonna let some lizard tell you what to do?
The next match, I'm actually going to skip over because we're running up on short time here, and I think that Psycho Circus and Wyatt's match deserves a bit more time. So we had Laredo Kid defend the AAA Cruiserweight title against Javon Evans and Jack Cartwheel. Holy smokes! About 3 minutes in, JBL's like, I've seen 20 moves I've never seen before, and that did not stop. Eventually, Laredo Kid retained the title with a moonsault German suplex on Jack Cartwheel.
Half and half German.
Oh, unbelievable.
Great match.
Much like the rest of the show was, and we will get into it after the break.
Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful. Okay, can everyone hear it?
Yeah.
There is a mystery bell at Granny's house. She can't hear it. Take off your headphones for a second.
I had them on wrong anyway.
Okay.
I can't get them on right. What?
Take them off and listen.
You have in your elbow?
Is the fan on a computer?
Nothing.
All right. Well, this is going to be an exciting show.
Gonna have bells ringing through the whole thing, and it's every week. It's got to be me.
Do you have a neighbor that's an ice cream man
No,
practicing out there?
I got a neighbor that smokes marijuana.
I'm sure you do. I guess
Whatever that noise is, I mean, it's still going.
Yeah, it's not going to stop, dude.
Brian, do you want me to get off here and go see if open the door and see if there's anything out there?
You think something's out the front door?
Is he ringing the bell the entire time?
No, Granny, you don't.
Let me in! Let me in!
It's fine. It's fine.
If it's death, don't open the door.
Thank you, Craig. This person thinks it's a stove timer.
Have you burned the roast?
No, I don't have a stove. You want me to just get off here?
No. We're going to barrel through it.
I'd love it.
You're not even doing anything. Granny, Nick says that you've got an old-fashioned analog alarm clock in Terry's bedroom.
I don't know. I got a new alarm clock, battery operated. Is that what she meant?
Well, whatever it is, it's going haywire right now.
Oh, it might be my alarm,
Do you think?
but it's way back in the bedroom.
Don't worry about it right now. But when the show's over, you might want to go...
That's what it is.
Okay.
Solve the mystery.
Is there a reason you didn't turn it off when it started ringing?
Well, I wasn't in there. I didn't.
Duh.
I took a nap. I took a nap and set the alarm. I thought I shut it off, but I probably didn't.
No.
You probably didn't.
That's life.
I would say with a good deal of certainty that you didn't turn it off.
Brian, that's life around here.
Yeah, I'm well aware. I do the show with Dave, too.
Say,
Hear all sorts of things in the background.
did I do that? You know,
Yeah, you did do that.
or I thought I did that, but I didn't.
In there.
I wake up and I see lights on, and I say, I didn't turn those lights on. What's going on?
Maybe the place is haunted.
Could be.
Okay.
It's my brain that's haunted.
Well, I hope not. Instead of suffering through the YouTube chat, click like and subscribe.
Wrestling Observer Live, back with you on the air. Filthy Tom Lawler, along with his sidekick, Brian Alvarez. We were talking about the AAA Guerreros de Titanes show.
Guerreros de Titanes,
Guerreros
not
de
Guerreros.
I thought, are you sure?
Yes, I'm positive.
Okay. But we had not gotten to the most important match of that show
Of
yet.
the century?
Perhaps
This
of
should
the
have been on
21st
Netflix
century.
on Friday night instead of that Jake Paul fight.
Oh. Well,
No.
you know what? In that fight, the Logan Paul,
Jake
the
Paul.
Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua fight, I think we did indeed get exactly what we were going to get, what we were presented. We were not sold a false bill of goods.
No,
This
no.
match, actually, I think we were sold a false bill of goods because I did not expect this. I did not expect what we got out of the Wyatt Six against the Psycho Circus. I was so confused going into this because earlier in the week they had announced this was for the WWE tag titles. And
They
had-
did? They changed it?
They did, and they had all the guys listed. They had
Okay,
all
so
four
I
men.
wasn't crazy.
No, they had announced that, and they had all 8 guys on the poster, and I was like, is this going to be for the belts? Are 2 of each team going to battle it out?
Well, yeah, they've done this a few times because at the last Saturday Night's main event, the Javon Leon Slater match was originally going to be for the tag team titles, and then for some reason they just changed it. And then here, I thought it was a tag team match. I thought it was going to be like Psycho Clown and Pagano against Joe Gacy and
Loomis.
Dexter Loomis, but then all of these guys came out, and so we actually got to see on a show promoted by WWE and TKO, Murder Clown on the show, Dave the Clown on the show. Every one of these clowns participated in this match.
Oh, boy, did they ever. This was right up my alley. Like, the Psycho Circus doesn't show up for the match, and Wyatt Six are so angry, they storm to the back where the Psycho Circus has this elaborate funhouse setup. Like, the Wyatt Six are, even they are kind of, like, distraught. They're trying to figure out what is going on here. They're in the back. Psycho Clown lures them into an attack in a ball pit, and then it just breaks down. Masquerita Sagrada pops up. He's attacking the Wyatts with a kendo stick. Corey calls this match bizarre, and JBL rightfully corrects him. He says, look, if it was more normal, that would be bizarre. They grab a hold, Rowan does. I say they. Rowan grabs a hold of Pagano.
The vintner.
Yes. The wine expert himself
Yes.
grabs a hold of Pagano and power bombs him. They said 12 feet down. I would agree. Probably at least 12 feet down through funhouse tables, all this setup.
I don't even know what he
balloons.
power bombed him off of. He was just on something, and Pagano went really far down. And then they were like, well, that's it for that guy. He ain't coming back. He's dead.
They're selling it. That is the end of the hardcore legend, Pagano. Pagano
Yes.
is now being billed as the hardcore legend. And
Well,
hey,
he's a legend to
why,
me.
Why not? Then Joe Gacy gets kissed by the Exotico, Pimpinella Escarlata, which you want to talk about seeing something on a TKO promoted show in 2025. This seems out of place, but hey, we got Pimpy still showing up. She kisses Joe Gacy. And then the action goes to the ringside as they brawl down the ramp. The Wyatts isolated the leader, Psycho Clown. However, the gigantic Murder Clown comes back, saves him. You know when you say the name Murder Clown,
Oh, yeah.
you think,
I love saying it.
how could somebody possibly encapsulate that? That's like a lot to put on somebody. You know what I mean? That's a lot of pressure. You're a clown and you're a murder clown. This guy is Murder Clown.
That's not even my favorite. You've got Pagano, whose gimmick is he's a pagan, hence Pagano. You've got Murder Clown, who's a murderer, the Murder Clown. You've got Psycho Clown,
Yes.
who's psycho. He rips his own face off. And then, of course, you've got Dave the Clown. Dave?
Yeah. Perhaps
Who is
most-
so fat, and he did a dive in this match. Everybody did a dive. Murder did a dive off the post to the floor.
I couldn't believe Dave the Clown doing that tope. And then Murder Clown scales to the top and dives onto everybody on the
No,
floor.
Tom, he didn't even dive on everybody.
It was Rowan.
It was only onto
It
the
was
vintner.
it was just
One
Rowan.
guy caught that guy off the top.
Murder Clown, he's like, I don't know how tall he is. Can you look up the stats on this guy? Is he like 6 feet tall and 7 feet wide?
I doubt he's all that tall. He just looks tall because everyone else is short.
He didn't look too short in there with the vintner, but he looked like he had more width than Eric Rowan had height. Pagano runs down. He makes his comeback wipes out the Wyatts with the kendo sticks. That's when they had
Murder,
these
murder.
dives.
By the way, is the big fat one, not Dave. Dave's husky, but
He should have been doing a tope con hilo through the second rope or whatever he did. Psycho Clown then proceeded to rip off his own face. Loomis no-sold it and tried to cut him off, but that didn't work. Psycho Clown lifted him up, put him through a table, and pinned him. This was awesome. What an act. This was the best the Wyatts have ever looked. This is probably the best the Psycho Circus has ever looked.
oh,
too.
I've never seen a better match.
But like, all they're gonna do is bring this to the States. Bring this feud to the States. Right now, they're doing the Wyatts and the MFTs. But let's be real. Come on, the MFTs they have their own aura, but they are not the Psycho Circus. We need to get the Psycho Circus in there in that SmackDown multi-man division. Can you imagine Psycho Circus against Fraxium and the Motor City Machine Guns, or
No.
Psycho Circus
The
versus
MFTs.
the MFTs? Psycho Circus versus the Vision. No!
I only want to see the Psycho Circus against other teams that are horrible. And then, like, it's like reverse synergy. You take two horrible teams and you put them together, and they magically have an incredible match. I gave this 1 billion stars. And after 2 days of thinking about it, I would not change that. Loved it.
You may have gone too low.
Loved this match. I had more fun watching that match than I had watching that Javon three-way, which was a
Which was
legitimate,
awesome.
which was a legitimate 4.5-star match. Easy.
Yeah, that was a great match. They did so much stuff in that match that I had never seen before. So
Oh my God,
creative.
this guy here, the YouTube chat has redeemed themselves. Stu here says, how about the Clowns
Oh my
against
God.
Dark State?
Oh, please give it to us. Yes, that is exactly what I want.
That's
I
the
don't
match
want-
I'm looking forward to.
I don't want that. I need it.
Yes.
Come on.
The butt guy against Murder Clown?
Anyways, Los Toxicas took on Natalia Lolavice and Fabi Apache. This was good, too. Fabi Apache won the match with a dragon suplex on La Hiedra, and her team got the win. Dragon Lee took on El Vikingo, and the crowd
Great
hates,
match. Great
crowd
match.
hates El Vikingo.
But a
Hates
horrible
this
finish.
man. Well, it may have been a bad finish if you don't like the guy that came out, because a lot of people are huge fans of the huge man that gave Vikingo the win, and that was Omos, the man who won the big
It's
AAA
not even who it
Battle
was,
Royal.
dude. It was just
He won-
like, God, what a bad finish. He just comes out and there's a ref bump, and then a guy hits his move and there's no ref. I mean, it was like straight out of 1985, just the most generic run-in ref bump. And then poor Dragon Lee gets hit with that, whatever that is. Actually, he went for the 630, but he actually only hit a 450. And then Omos has to go get the referee. And so, like, he took so long that I went back and I started my timer. Dragon Lee had to lay on his back being covered for 25 seconds. Remember when, like, was it Bam Bam Bigelow that did the 5 count, and then I think Big E did it for a while?
Yeah.
And it's like, man, you really got beat up bad if you're down for 5 seconds. This poor guy's down for 25 seconds before the referee returned the count. Brutal.
Well, he did get low blowed and then hit with legitimately. This
Yeah, it
was
looked like
the
it sucked.
biggest last ride that's ever been done on planet Earth. Like, he lifted him up. It was like one of those rides where you shoot up real fast and then shoot back down. That's exactly what Omos did. Killed Dragon Lee. So I don't have too much problem with him staying down. But Dorian Rodon then came out and revealed he is the one behind Vikingo and Omos. So Corey signed off on this show by saying 2026 will belong to Lucha Libre. And if you watch this show and
Great.
recent CMLL, you'd be hard-pressed to disagree. And I'd be totally, completely, 100% fine with that. This show had pretty much everything. So go out of your way. I would say go out of your way to watch this 2-hour, 45-minute wrestling show.
This was. I thought this was like one of those old NXT pay-per-views. You know, back when Triple H was booking and it was just like 5 fantastic matches. This was like that, but also wild matches that you would not have seen on an old NXT show. This was like that Psycho Circus match was like a UFC 1 fight. Loved it.
All right. We'll be back with more after the break.
Granny, what's happening? What do we got for the wrestling report here today?
Talk or something.
Talk or something.
So Niven comes in, jumps on Bailey with her overweight body a couple of times, doesn't mind playing dirty, leaves Bailey on the mat in lots of pain. I found this book. It's called Limericks from the Heart.
Is this a Lanny Poffo book?
Let me finish this one. This guy's name is Lanny Poffo. And there are 335 pages in here. Can you guess what it's about?
Smoking.
Oh,
Sean
Yes.
the Wizard.
have you read it?
We read it every week for about 6 months.
When I first started.
Wow.
Why don't we start reading some questions, and we'll see if we can spur some answers out of Granny. Shall we try?
No, I don't think so.
Let's try.
Then you'll really find out how dumb I am.
Granny, did you know there was a wrestling bear?
No, and I don't care.
All right.
It's a bear that wrestled people.
I still don't care.
Okay.
Is Granny frozen?
Granny, you frozen?
No, I'm ready to read my report.
Your picture is frozen.
It is
Yeah. Or you're doing a great job as a ventriloquist.
Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa, or whatever his last name is. Paul Newman is watching this match, and he's not on
Excuse me?
Cody's side. What's the matter?
Absolutely nothing. Everything's great.
You know, Cody did say that he was looking for a manager. I think him and Paul Newman would be a
What a handsome pair.
a dashing duo.
That guy's a movie star, isn't he?
Since you're on the phone, why don't we just jump right into your wrestling report and such, and then we'll let you go and we'll do Facebook without you.
Can I lay the phone down and you guys, can you hear me?
You can try. Why don't you give it a shot?
Okay.
Oh, boy. It's going to be a disaster. I can already tell.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. That's all right, I guess.
Go ahead.
No, it's your segment. You're gonna read
Read us jokes.
or your wrestling report or whatever. I see Granny has now put the phone back up to her ear.
I'm just, yeah, for now.
Do you have the soaps or anything else, Granny, or are we is that it?
I want to quit for now.
Okay. Well,
No more.
instead of suffering through the YouTube chat, click like and subscribe.
Wrestling Observer Live back here with Filthy Tom Lawler and Brian Alvarez on the penultimate segment of the show. So far, we have pretty much only covered the AAA Guerreras
de Titanes.
Thank you. Good thing we
De
have
Titanes.
a local Mexican native,
Yeah.
Mexican heritage
Half Mexican
person. Okay, there we go. Luckily, we have you here to correct me.
native. Yes.
A little bit of news that we could get into here, and some lineups ahead of Christmas week before we get into Collision and SmackDown.
How about the fact that
course.
Dynamite this Wednesday is another extended show? 2.5 hours on Wednesday.
Is it now?
Yeah, he can't help
Well,
himself.
look at that. We are going to
Yeah.
get 2.5 hours filled with Ricochet versus Bandito for the Dynamite Diamond Ring by virtue of being the two last men standing in last week's qualification Dynamite Diamond Ring Battle Royal. We will have Pac versus Jack Perry in the Continental Classic Gold League. Konosuke Takeshita, the IWGP Heavyweight Champion, will take on Orange Cassidy in the Continental Classic Gold League as well. And Roderick Strong will take on Mascara Dorada in, I believe that's a Blue League match, I'm sorry. And Roderick Strong and Mascara Dorada also in the Continental Classic Blue League. Mina Shirakawa will take on Marina Shafir, and MJF will also be in action. That is on Wednesday at an earlier start time, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. The same start time for Christmas Collision, which will take place the next day. Both those shows were taped over the weekend at the Hammerstein Ballroom. So tune in Wednesday and Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific.
You know, I realize this is the Continental Classic season, and I do like Continental Classic season at the end of the year. You know, this is the time of year where there's, compared to everything else, not a lot going on, even though there is a lot going on every day. But I think that next year he needs to figure out a way to not have the semifinals, like the most important matches, taking place on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Because my guess is these shows are going to die.
The semifinals matches are not on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. The semifinals matches are at World's End.
The last two are at the pay-per-view, but like the important matches to determine like who is number one in the block, who is number two, what are the matches going to be on pay-per-view. These are the biggest matches in the tournament, and they're taking place on the two least watched shows of the year pretty much every year.
And I read the spoilers, and this is a case in which like I'm more intrigued after finding out the four participants in the semifinals than I am, otherwise. So it's like this would be a perfect opportunity to get more eyes on these shows. But yeah, it's going to be tough to draw on those on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. A little bit of news in the world of New Japan. We have Andrade El Idolo being revealed as the new business backer of the United Empire. He will be on the Wrestle Kingdom show on January 4th. Brian, what's going on here?
Well, everyone's been asking, and I don't know, but Tony Khan did a call today, one of his usual media calls, and he was asked about Andrade, and his answer was the usual answer, which is, stay tuned to AEW Dynamite! So he didn't really have an answer, but it's obviously, he's working Puerto Rico, he's working House of Glory, and now he's working New Japan. So I would suspect, I mean, this is obviously the case, they're allowing him to work outside of the U.S. I don't know if he's been cleared to work everywhere. We might find out here very soon. Maybe he'll show up at the pay-per-view. I wouldn't be surprised if, because they haven't gone to court, they were negotiating something. I would not be surprised if they negotiated something where you can work anywhere you want except AEW during this 1 year or whatever. Because he did sign the contract. The clause is in the contract. Whether it would hold up in court or not is another matter entirely. I don't think he wants to go to court because you're going to go to court with TKO and it's going to cost an incredible amount of money. So he may have just done a deal where they made an agreement that you can't go to AEW, you can't go to wherever, but if you want to work New Japan, Indies, Mexico, Puerto Rico, go for it.
And it ain't that hard to beat TKO in court. I did it.
You know how long it took for you to beat TKO in court and how much money that cost?
I also did virtually nothing.
Yes.
Actually, absolutely nothing, besides provide my information. Anyways, in other news ahead of Wrestle Kingdom, LP, his TV title open challenge, has already been accepted for Wrestle Kingdom, as today, after he defeated Taguchi to retain his title, Santa Claus showed up with a present, gave it to him. It was a picture of DDT's Chris Brooks. Chris Brooks then attacked LP. He attacked Santa. He attacked Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Oh.
And he will be taking
How's Santa going to deliver presents without Rudolph?
I'll talk
These
to
are
you off the
serious
air.
questions.
Yeah. And in his second to last match, Tanahashi defeated Kosei Fujita with 2 high fly flows ahead of his main event in front of 50,000 fans against Kazuchika Okada at the Tokyo Dome.
Who's going to win this match, Tom?
Okada.
Think so?
I do believe so, yes.
Yeah. Jeremy Feinstone sent me the stats on Tanahashi, and with the exception of he did a job for Yuto Ice, and I think he did one other job as well. But other than that, through like the entire World Tag League, all of his other matches that he's had, he has only done 2 jobs where he has actually taken the pinfall in the last 2 months, long before Okada was even announced as his opponent. So this is not like a John Cena thing where he's like putting people over on the way out. And you got to remember other guys in New Japan, like who did Okada put over on the way out? And he was actually leaving the company to go to another company.
He actively put no one over but himself.
Yes.
In
so,
New
like,
Japan and Noah.
The
he went
idea,
to other companies and beat their aces and then left Japan.
So, like, the idea that he can't win or, like, they don't do this or whatever. Dude, that's what New Japan does when guys are on the way out, is they win. So, I would not be the least bit surprised if he won that last match.
Well, let's get into, I disagree, but let's get into a few of the highlights from the shows this weekend. Was there anything that stood out to you from SmackDown besides, of course, whatever Ilya Dragunov did with Carmelo Hayes against DIY?
That was the most nothing happening show. Just like nothing happened on it. It was like a holiday show. Like we show up, we do some stuff. It felt like, remember when it sucked when it was 3 hours long? And then it's about to be 3 hours long. Well, and then it moved
weeks.
back to 2 hours, and we thought it was going to immediately be better, but it still sucked for like a few months. And then for like 2 months, it got kind of pretty good the last 2 months or so. Well, now it's starting to suck again, so I think they're getting ready for that 3 hours. I think they're going to bring up some people from NXT, but my God, this show was just, nothing happened on this show.
No, I mean, Damian Priest and Aleister Black are still feuding.
They're still feuding.
Aleister Black laid Damian Priest out after they did an opening segment in front of the crowd. The Kabuki Warriors look like total losers against Nia Jax and Lash Legend. They got beat up. They lost. They are the tag champions.
Yeah, that's the thing, dude.
They were pinned and thrown away like nothing. And then Charlotte and Alexa ran down, ran off Nia and Lash, and then held the belts up. Like, why would we think that the Kabuki Warriors stand any chance of retaining these titles against any of these teams after this?
I watched that match. I watched the aftermath. I listened to the commentators. I watched the interviews before and after. And it was all of a sudden at one point I just realized, oh my God, the Kabuki Warriors are the tag team champions.
Yeah.
Like, they lost this match, and the announcers did not even make mention of the fact that they just beat the tag team champions. They didn't mention they should be.
They
like,
did, but
all
really
they did was talk.
Didn't make a big enough
Dude,
deal about it.
No, it was like nothing. It was just like another match on the show. And, like, apparently the Kabuki Warriors are baby faces now. I missed that babyface turn. But, I mean, Asuka did a total babyface comeback. Kyrie's working babyface in peril. I mean, it was weird, dude. Like, every match on the show was heel versus heel, except half the heels were like baby faces.
Well, Ilya Dragunov and Carmelo Hayes are baby faces.
Okay, that was the one, yeah.
But they are kind of feuding because they are feuding.
Yeah,
they are feuding. They are feuding. We don't need to get
And they're
into
two
it, but they
baby
are
faces feuding with each other.
Yes.
And then we had 2 women's matches that were heel versus heel. And then the main event, I think the Wyatts are actually supposed to be heels.
No, the Wyatts are baby faces.
Are you sure?
On SmackDown.
Remember we were watching this show and they were like cutting promos on baby faces and heel promos, and we were like, I think they're actually heels.
No, I think
the fans like them.
They're heels in AAA, but they're baby
faces.
Dude,
they're heels here. It doesn't matter.
And actually, after that last match, they're baby faces in AAA, if you ask me, too. So
yeah.
But they defended the tag titles against JC Mateo and Tonga Loa, and it had the dirt worst finish ever. Made me so angry. They just all started brawling. Everybody got involved, and they just brawled. They brawled forever. The brawling was good. The finish to the match was horrific, and that That was SmackDown. Well, no, that was not SmackDown because we also had Cody Rhodes breaking and entering into Drew McIntyre's house.
I
The
think we talked
babyface
about
world
this last
champion
week, yes.
broke into his house.
Well, this was revenge for when Drew McIntyre broke into his bus or whatever. Which, by the way, did we miss an episode of SmackDown? Because they keep talking about how Drew broke into Cody's bus or whatever. I don't remember seeing this anywhere.
Yeah.
Did I miss a show?
He broke into his bus and beat him up and left him laying, but you would be remiss to remember it because Cody was back later in the show beating Drew up. That's when he laid him out and he cut the promo on top of the table. That was awesome.
I think I might have missed that show or
where
something.
he said War Games was his birthright.
Yeah, I may have missed that one.
Got a fantastic promo. And then we had AEW Collision, which...
Imagine that being your birthright. War Games. It's a rough life, brother.
Mine is like shoeing horses. So, I mean, maybe I'd take War Games. Collision, I thought Collision was great, too, because... Heck, it was only an hour.
Yeah, I didn't think it was a great show. I thought it was a kind of above average, but I wasn't blown away by either of the Continental Classic matches.
I thought Kevin Knight and Kazuchika Okada was good, but it was a bizarre match.
Yeah, because Okada was like doing the most lazy. I mean, golly.
They just went 50-50, and then Kevin Knight kept countering the Rainmaker. Okada hit Takeshita's wheelbarrow German, which they didn't really even talk about on commentary, but he hit that right before he went to the Rainmaker and then was countered and pinned by Kevin Knight in the biggest win of his life. And yeah, like Speedball and Jungle Jack Perry was good, but the crowd liked both guys and it just never hit second gear. The crowd was into the moves, but it didn't have
it's because everybody was waiting for Speedball to make a comeback, and he just kept getting cut off and cut off and cut off and cut off and cut, and then he was pinned.
Yeah. Eddie Kingston squashed Nathan Cruz, and actually what I thought was the best thing on the show was Mercedes Moné defending the undisputed Rev Pro Women's title against Alex Windsor, and they went kind of like 50-50. They traded submission holds. Windsor hit a Blue Thunder bomb off the second, almost got the win. Mercedes hit the backstabber, locked on the crossface, but Windsor reversed it, and they went through a series of reversals that culminated in Alex Windsor trapping the arm, sticking Mercedes to her back, getting the 3 count, and we have a new undisputed Rev Pro Women's title. Mercedes Moné has lost another one of her belts and cried in despair, much like we will do when we come back in the final segment.
Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful. Let's do this unnecessary censorship.
Talk about your Psalms, talk about John 3:16. Austin 3:16 says I just your ass.
That was terrible. Horrible. They weren't the Heart Foundation. They weren't the British Bulldogs, okay? They're two geeks. And this celebration these guys did.
Oh.
I mean, they're like, Sean, give me brother. Yeah.
A place like that?
You two dorks. That's what you did. Why are you so excited?
Because they're awesome.
Okay. That was better than the first one.
It picked up at the end there.
Chaos.
Unnecessary censorship.
He beat him. And 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 he beat him. I'm sweating.
Time to stop.
And he beat him.
Was this edited?
And then he beat him. And he
I don't
beat
think so.
him. I actually wore that shirt. It just says he beat him. He beat him. He beat him all the way down. Like,
All the way down, you say?
I dropped her off at camp, and the camp counselor just looks at me. She goes, "He beat him and beat him." I was like, gag gift.
Brian, would you for me again this week? It's too hot to do much.
That's true. It is too hot to do much.
I guess I just better do it because it came up for me.
I'll wait.
It won't come up again. It's pretty short, so I'll just do it. Yeah. Now I gotta find it back.
Okay.
It isn't
Dale, I'm
coming
gonna
up.
kill you. How about you just it? Okay.
Ouch.
What else we got, Vinny? I think Granny licks her finger to turn the page. Lick that finger. There'll be
Page
an
2.
unnecessary censorship coming up. Lick that. Okay, let's see. Unnecessary censorship.
So Oro Ethan after the match and gets his ass just into the earth.
Vinny.
And Ethan is leaving, holding his all confident. And then Oro just comes back to life, and now he Ethan's ass.
Oro jumps him from behind.
Yep.
Then he his ass after cheap shotting the guy. Haha. That was interesting. That's quite unnecessary. Instead of suffering through the YouTube chat, click like and subscribe. What I do know is that the dinosaurs didn't give up. They took that asteroid like lizards.
Back here on Wrestling Observer Live for the final segment of the show. So sad to be leaving you guys only after an hour here with you today, but we must move on. A little bit of clarification there. Right when we went to commercial, producer Dom gave me a little heads up there as I was talking about Mercedes Moné losing her titles. Dom, are you there? Can you tell the people what you told me?
I am. Yeah, you said she lost another one of her belts, and I corrected you. She lost one title but 2 belts.
One title but 2 belts. Of course, the undisputed Rev Pro Women's title, and I believe the Queen of Southside Wrestling title. Those
Correct.
two are one championship represented by 2 belts, which now are in the possession of Alex Windsor. So, as I said, coming to a close today, we must move on. But before we get to the show tomorrow, there will be Monday Night Raw taking place tonight. This was filmed, recorded, taped last Friday, along with SmackDown, which I believe was live, and then they will be doing a taping. I believe they've already taped the show for this Friday, but it could be wrong. Raw tonight, we'll have Rhea Ripley taking on Asuka. So we will find out what corner Asuka stands in, if she is indeed back to being a babyface. Javon Evans takes on Rayo Americano, Bayley against Roxanne Perez, and you will also see Austin Theory and Bronson Reed taking on CM Punk and Rey Mysterio. Tune in to Netflix if you want to watch that, and tune in to all the normal channel Sports Byline, Armed Forces Network, anywhere you could find Wrestling Observer Live on your podcasts or audio devices. Thanks for listening, and we will be back with you tomorrow and every other day until the end of planet Earth. Take care. Stay filthy.